Hey everyone. I was just talking to a friend today, and we got on the conversation on the topic is connection is currency. And what that really means is saying that if you want money to flow, then you need to connect with people. That's where it begins. If you can't connect to people, it's hard to get anything to flow that's meaningful in financial way. But I was talking to her, really that's the surface level where things are transacted, but it's more importantly at the level of energy and current. So as you can see, current is currency. It has the same basis. What I'm talking about is first and foremost, we're energy. We were created by God in his image. So that means we're energy. And connection is required for current to flow. It can flow and it can be amplified, it can be shunted, it could be short-circuited even and blow up. But it really depends on the connection type. So I wanted to kind of hit on that because where the conversation led when I started speaking about that is the negative energy and how drawing it is how a battery, it's like your battery is discharged. You can even come into a room sometimes and you could just feel it go, ugh, like an energy draw that you don't want. And then a lot of times we're in and around places we don't even need, we're getting discharged from that. And little subtle things that were way people speak over themselves. It can and also draw away your energy. And in reality, we're all the sum of the people that we hang out with. I mean, it's just a fact. And that energy level is going to be around that same purpose. It's going to draw or equalize. In nature, it always wants to equalize and come to balance. So if you're hanging around people that aren't going anywhere, well, guess what? That energy stating that won't go anywhere. It's complacent. And if you're in environments that are shunting, which is kind of anger, doubt, fear, manipulation, narcissism, all those things, they take energy, they deplete you. And next thing you know, you got an empty cell like a battery that's completely discharged. And where do you go to get recharged? Well, that's the thing we were talking about, how to be aware of that. What can we do in this situation? And what is needed? So I put this together and I just want to talk about, I'm gonna give a reference to another friend. I'll give her a plug today because she works in this and it helps recharge as well, both spiritually at the energy level. But energy exchange begins at spiritual level, meaning that when I come in the presence of, just like Jesus came in the presence of others, you recognize the power of Jesus. And me personally experiencing that, that means you know you're in the presence of Jesus and you are charged from him. All right. I don't have to talk to him. I just need to be around him. And there's already an energy transfer. And that's before we even know it on a subconscious level. Believe it or not, as we come in and we start feeling that energy, it's like an antenna. You can receive it. And if your antenna's been damaged and you don't know it, it's hard to receive good energy. And it's also probably broken from bad energy that may have scarred it. So I want to read this verse to you. Ephesians 6:12 is important in this, for we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers of the principalities, the authorities, and the powers of the dark world, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Okay, that just stated where it all begins. It's at spiritual level, at the energy. And we got to realize we're pawns on this planet. We all have a purpose. Now, I don't mean that badly. I'm just saying that we all have a purpose, and there's a billion people on this planet, and you're just one piece, like I am. And your antenna's up, and you're receiving information, and you're feeling the energy. And you got to be careful about what energy that you're receiving and letting in to your life. So, again, we don't know unless the thing that happens is you become self-aware and that say, oh yeah, that might be the case. Then I want you to start looking around. Well, how has this person influenced me? How is this environment influencing me? And take for the information. We may be stuck in an environment we can't go anywhere, like work, or you might be in a marriage or a relationship that may not be all that great. I understand that, and you just can't jump up and say, I'm done, and you've got bad energy, then you'll go away. No, all this type of thing. But we got to learn how to identify it. And so we can navigate through those things to help support it. So what can we do? Well, for one, start getting around people that are going somewhere, people that have high energy, people that have a vibration around that you can feel going in the room. It's filled of joy, or it's tranquil, it's peaceful, it's purposeful, it's intentful, it's not wasteful, it's not complacent, things like that. So start looking around for groups, Bible study groups, for example, would be great. Leadership classes, anything like that. Mentorship is another, where you get into a place to understand where you are now, and you're starting to feel these things and understand where they come from. But what do I do next? Well, these are places you can go get charged up. First and foremost, put your hand up and say, God, I need you. Recharge me. I'm out. I'm drained. I need your help. And that's really the first place you start, because that's where all energy starts from, is right there. That's where all that flow comes. And if you need to plug yourself back up, plug yourself back up. Proverbs 23:7 reminds us, for he thinks in his heart, so is he. All right. So whatever you carry in your thoughts shapes your reality. All right, that goes back into your thought, which is on a belief system that's based off some sort of emotional painting that happened at some point, and also the reception of emotion energy from another person that's influenced your own emotion. All right, so start thinking on these terms that, is this negative energy that's coming into my life? Well, right there, I get to stop that, capture it. All right, is this negative? Yeah, it is negative. Or is it positive? Okay, I'm going to let that in. If it's negative, okay, I don't want that. I get to choose that. I get to block. I set borders. I get to block. Don't hear it. I don't respond to its noise. Because once we start shaping our mind and saying this is something I'm not allowing in my life, you got a border. You got a separation of that energy, if that makes sense, to where you can redirect it somewhere else and say, I'm not getting into this argument. It's not fruitful until we can have a neutral conversation. I'm not discussing it. All right, set your boundaries, set your energy level. So it's not sucking you dry. So, what thoughts are you holding on to? Start at that level. Think of all these little thoughts, like, I want to capture this. I want to see what this is. What does this mean? How does it impact my life? Does it support my life, or is it taken away from my life? Taken away, throw it out. Okay, I don't want it. It takes practice. It takes stopping and breathing for a moment and just capture that thought that's coming to your mind. Not all thoughts are good. All right. You got to think too, some of these thoughts are being planted that you may not be aware of that are harming you. You need to stop and look at those things. So, and I'm gonna say this as well. Quit letting people tell you who you are, what you are, directing your energy. You're in charge of your energy. Energy is a choice, your choice. I'm telling you that right now. I know that's a fact. And you can shift your energy. If you shift your mind, shift your thinking, and start looking at the beliefs and the things that are coming into your mind that you can stop and you have control over. And you have control over yourself. You don't have control over anybody else, but you have control over yourself. So, and then another way we can do this is Psalms 139:23-24. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. And see if there's any offense in the way in me, and lead me to way of everlasting. Allow God to reveal where your energy needs to be aligned that way. So there again, search me, God, is vulnerability, and it's surrendering to God to open the way for him to come in and let the Holy Spirit discern those things that are going in your life that are hurting you, that you need to let go of and set down. Be aware of these things that are coming in that you're allowing, that you didn't know are coming in harmful, and learn how to put up that wall and block those energies. So again, it's all about starting somewhere with mindset and capturing thoughts and capturing words that are coming to you. And is that word good for you, bad for you? Is it constructive? Is it contribute anything to your life that's going to matter with the time investment you have in your life, that's going to manifest something that you want? Says Careful, because words also can create and destroy. God gave you the word to begin with, and those are his words. Those aren't our words. Anything that man created is not fruitful. It doesn't come back multiplied. God's word never returns void, even the word not. I'll challenge you on that one at another time. But if you think about it, it's in the Bible, and it's also a word that's down at the heart level. So be careful of the words that you're speaking, because you can be attributing to your own problem as far as, or issue that is keeping you blocked, blocking the flow of energy. All right. So energy's got to flow. If you're blocking it, you're not connecting, you're shining it, you're shining your life on the physical outside, and you're doing it at the energy level, and you don't know it. That's what I'm saying. You got to become aware about these things. And I'm probably rambling on too much. So energy, think of everything in energy, vibration, and frequency. Are you in harmony? Are you resonating? Are you resonating with people in alignment? Yes, I align with that. And I can tell the energy levels going up. And you know what I'm talking about. When you get in a conversation that lights you up, they're lit up, that's resonating. And that's feeding back energy back into both of you at the same time, uplifting your energy level. So think of things like that. When you're in that state, does this make sense? I'm in alignment, it's impacting me, it's getting me fired up. And how do you feel? How's your emotions? Start noticing these simple things. And then notice when you're around other people, you're like, okay. Oh, I don't like that. All right. Start learning ways to block or to remove yourself from it. So here's a great verse. I love this verse. It's one of my favorites. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if any is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Your mindset is a powerful tool for shifting energy, and choice is yours, no matter what in the world is going on, or what in the spiritual world is going on. It doesn't matter. You have a choice, so be careful. Be careful to what you let in your life. It matters. Be careful what thoughts you're thinking. Stop them. Does it glorify God, or does not glorify God? And that is the most important thing that you can stop and consider right now, is exactly that. Everything, every action, every thought, when you think it, does it glorify God or not? If it does not, then why? Why are you allowing it? Big question, isn't it? Why are you allowing it? Just as me. So recalibrate, rethink, readjust, go out there, and as you're going through your day, think of the things that you're thinking about, and just ask the question: they align with God or they don't? They align with your life's purpose or they don't? Are they sucking you dry, draining you, and leaving you depressed, out of juice, tired? Or they're recharging you as you go along? Because this conversation right here, if you were in front of me right now, we'd have a great conversation. I'd be fired up with you. And I guarantee your energy would change. Either you like me or don't like me. Either way, the energy, state of energy would change. And that's how current flows. So on the surface level, I'll go back to where we started, is connection is currency. Meaning, i.e., we need people to have currency. But more importantly, get down to the deepest levels of your life and look there and look at the current that's flowing between you and everybody else that you connect with, and start recalibrating to what I want to connect with, you want to connect with in your life, that is going to allow a positive flow on it. And unfortunately, there's some painful changes that have to be made in order to cut off that energy that's disharmonious, that makes me sucking you dry, or isolate from it. Either way. So I mentioned something too. I was going to give somebody a plug, and I really love her. She works on energy flow and alignment, and frequency tuning. Go look up Dr. Jacqueline Gutierrez, the wellness trainer. And she is a wonderful Christian woman, and she does great tunings. You will feel ignited after one of our sections. You'll be full of energy. You'll be relaxed and letting that negative flow. Because here's the other thing I really want to tell you too. When you're in constant negativity, you're in scarcity. And when you're in scarcity, chemicals in your body are being released. They're toxic. It starts from the spirit and goes all the way to the body. And that's why we're starting to see all these diseases coming up, is either through food supplies, because we're way too stressed. Cortisol levels are going out the roof. Bad toxins are coming into your body, causing all sorts of disharmony in different areas of your body. We're in resistance. But we have that choice to change. All right. I think I've gone enough on this. If you have any questions, please look me up. I'll be glad to talk to you about it. I am a mentor. I work in alignment. I work on the words that you speak over your life. Of course, God's word, definitely on it. I look at core values and I look at vision, because all three of those components are necessary to create something in your life that bears fruit. And if anything's out of alignment like that, then we need to have a look at it. You need to have a look at it. It's just like in a car, you go down the road and you hit a major bump and all of a sudden you're pulled to the left because your tire's out of alignment. Well, we all need alignment, and that's what I work on. And as you're going through life and you're out there pulling on, your car's pulling to the left like that, you'll wear your tires out. Next thing you don't have pop and you're on the side of the road and can't go nowhere. It's necessary that we all have a mentor in our life in order to achieve the things that we want to achieve in our life, because we can only go so far. And we absorb, just like everybody else, things that come in around us may drain us, and we need to tune up. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. But get with somebody that can help you become aware, identify these things, stretch you, get you to the space where you want whatever you want out of your life. And go after it. You don't got one life. So don't stop. Don't throw it away. Don't give it away. Don't settle for. It's yours. And you matter. And you have something unique to share with this world, whether with me or anybody else. Go get a tune-up. We all need one. God bless. Thank you for listening.